All right, so my name's Tommy. I'm up here at T-Town Volkswagen in Idaho. Congratulations on your new Beetle. So what I want to do really quick is we're going to shoot a little video to kind of explain some of the features to make sure that it's easy for you to understand. And for your daughter, congratulations for graduating, so that she understands it. We're going to give you a little link on YouTube to look at it. So we can talk about some of the features really quick. Just from the outside, you know that both mirrors are breakaway mirrors, which is really nice for. You do get four-wheel anti-lock disc brakes. The inside is the main thing I wanted to show you to make sure she fully understands it. So I'm just going to take it in there really quick. All right, so the inside for your windows, all four windows are one touch down, one touch up. Your side mirrors, you can turn it to L or R, and it's like a joystick rotating. If you turn it all the way to the right, you'll see the little defrost button. It actually defrosted on cold mornings, which I don't think y'all have a problem with down in Texas. All right, so this is the inside of it. It looks really good. It's kind of hard to find the white on tan. So on this side right here, you can turn your headlights to auto, which is a great feature, so that once it starts getting dark, they'll dim for you. And then this knob right here, you can turn it to white, blue, or red. And what that does is it changes the color of the white ring on the inside of the two speakers on the door. It's kind of hard to see, but you can definitely see it at nighttime. And then right here is your cruise control. It's kind of harder to see, but so it's on right now. It's in the on position. And then to set it, you just press the very, very edge of it to set right there. And then to resume your speed or go faster, you press the top of it. Now, actually, in the car, there's actually a computer up here at the very front that would tell you miles per gallon, miles per hour. There's digital speedometers, all kinds of things that go on it. But moving on from there, to start the car up, you have to have the key inside the car. The key's in it. You press the brake and then press and hold the start button, and it starts right up for you. So the thing I like about it is it does have the Fender upgraded audio system, which is a phenomenal sound system. In order to do that, so when you first crank up the vehicle, you can press the phone button right here, and if you press the phone button, you can select Find Phone, and then it'll find your phone to connect to Bluetooth. The beautiful part about that is even with the Bluetooth, you don't have to plug anything in or press any certain buttons. You can play all the music off your phone, whether it be Spotify, Pandora, music on your phone, whatever the case is, even YouTube, it'll play for you, which is really nice to have. Now, when you do hook up your Bluetooth, you can press the microphone button at the very bottom. Now, that button allows you to command your phone, call so-and-so. You can say, call mom, call dad, and the car will call them for you, which is nice to have. And then your volume up and down is on the top and bottom for the radio and for the Bluetooth. And then the button in the middle is your phone. Now, that's to answer or to hang up. It's always good to know because I always like to press it just to prove a point if you want to hang up on someone. On the right side of your steering wheel, this is the back button, and these buttons right here, up and down, control the different options that you have for the computer in the middle. So I like to leave mine on the digital speedometer right here just because it's easier. But you can do average speed of driving, you can do the distance since you cranked it up, range until you run out of fuel, and then your average miles per gallon as you're driving, which is nice to have. And then your windshield wipers are back here. One touch down is one swipe. The farther you go up, the faster your windshield wipers go, which is pretty nice. And I know some of this stuff is pretty basic stuff, and it's, you know, most cars have it, but we just want to make sure we give you the best service possible to explain a lot of the features that the car has. Back to the radio right here, so you can press band. Now, you press the bottom left-hand corner, you have AM, FM, and satellite radio. You do get 6 months free of satellite radio because it is a 16 Volkswagen. If you want to get additional time, you can just call Sirius and let them know. But if we're on FM, I know the stations are completely different everywhere. But what it does is it'll pull up everything for you for the song and everything on it. And then you can also see your screen is actually motion sensitive to where it comes up. You can also press stations, which I like, and it scrolls down to actually all the actual radio stations and the name of that station, which is fun to have as well. And then you can just select one. If you press media, it goes into a different menu. The sources you have there is you have your CD player, which is up here. You have your navigation key, which is already in. Bluetooth audio, which is BT audio. You have SD card 1. Now there's another slot right here, so the little chip that you put in cameras, you can put music on that and slide it in here and listen to it as well. You also have a USB port that comes up under media, and an auxiliary cord. The thing with the auxiliary cord is you're not really going to need it, just because everything you can do, you can play off of Bluetooth. So it should make it pretty easy for you. The USB port is a little bit different depending on what type of phone you have. Now if you have an iPhone, it's very easy. You plug into the USB port, plug it into your iPhone, and what it does is the apps pop up on your actual screen. So you'll have your messages, your maps, your contacts, and everything on the screen. If you have an Android, you have to download Android Auto, and it mirrors your phone to the screen, which is pretty cool. So it's a big safety feature. It will allow you to actually, when you get a text message, it'll pop up on your screen, you touch it, it'll read the message to you, and it will ask you if you would like to reply. If you say yes, then you can just speak words and it will reply to the text message, so you never have to take your hands off the steering wheel. Your speakers right here are for your voice, so you keep your hands on the wheel looking forward. That way you don't have to worry about texting and driving or anything like that. So Volkswagens are mainly based around safety features. You also have your phone, like I said, so if you don't plug in your phone, it'll still pop up here of your contacts, your recent calls, and everything else. Voice allows you to do voice commands. And then the navigation part is pretty cool too. So it gives you actually really good in-depth navigation. You scroll the right knob to zoom in and out. You can do new destinations, places you've been before, points of interest, view, or you can do the media port as well to help make sure that you get going where you want to go. If you press the info button, which is always fun, it'll bring up movies, it'll bring up sports teams, weather, traffic, fuel prices. If you want to get fuel prices, it gives you a lot of different options and different things that you could go through. Now the menu button is one of my favorites. App Connect is the one that gives you the movie prices, and it also gives you all the fuel prices, but it's also the thing where you plug in your iPhone and it allows it to mirror the screen. Then you go to images, so you can go through different images to put on the background. The sound, where you can adjust your bass and treble. Traffic, navigation, phone, media, and radio. So if you hit menu, you can scroll through all of them instead of pressing the buttons on the side, which is still fun. Moving down to the climate control here, it's pretty easy, but just so you know, so you have, cold and hot, 0 to 4 for how fast the fan goes, and then where you want it to blow. But here's a little different. So you have the heated seats on both sides. Pressing it once is super hot, and then you have hot, and then you have warm, and then off. So you have 4 different settings for it. This will be your defrost, circulate the air inside the vehicle, and then to make sure your AC is on. Your flashers and hazards are right down here at the bottom, just in case you ever need them. And then kind of an important part would be the whole setup. It's kind of hard to see in here. The whole setup for your rear view mirror is auto dimming, so you can see it's on and off. So if somebody comes behind you and the lights hit you in the rear view mirror, it'll dim for you automatically, which is nice. And then there's a button at the very top right here for your convertible top. So what you do is you just press it up and hold it. And as I'm holding it, I'm not letting go. The windows go down, and you can see the top goes down automatically. Now in the middle of the screen, it'll tell you that it is completely open, and it's back and secured right there where it is, which is nice. So now the convertible top is open. You can ride around like that. If you want to close it, you just pull down on the same lever and you can see it coming up behind me. And the screen will also tell you that it's in operation. Now you have to be going less than 30 miles an hour for this to take effect. And it'll tell you that the top is closed. If you keep holding it, your windows will roll back up for you as well, which is just a nice feature to have. Now this right here, I gotta let the top down again because you can't really see anything in here. I'm sorry, it's inside. It's kind of crappy weather out here today in Idaho. It's like raining all day. But this feature right here is called CarNet. And CarNet is something that's different from Volkswagen does. A lot of people that have Chevys look at it as kind of like OnStar. But if you press the I button, you can say, hey, send me directions to the nearest Chick-fil-A. And they'll send them straight to your navigation screen. If you press the wrench button, it's the maintenance button. It'll find the nearest Volkswagen for you and schedule maintenance. Your car will also tell you when it's time to schedule maintenance. For actual Volkswagens, we only have to change our oil every 10,000 miles or once a year, whichever one comes first. So the car will tell you in here when it's time to change the oil, but it's just always good to keep that in mind. The SOS button is in case you need some help or you see someone that needs help. So it's like an emergency contact for you right there already. The cool part about that is you can also download the app. It's called the CarNet app. You can lock and unlock your doors from your mobile phone. You can track where the car goes. You can also check top speeds, put speedometers or speed limits on it to where it'll alert you if it goes faster than that. Or you can put an entire radius around somewhere, and if the car goes outside of that radius, then it will also alert you. So it's kind of a parent thing. I know your daughter's graduated high school, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's really good just for an option to have. So that explains that. And then you also have two glove boxes. For this one, you just press and pull, and it opens up into a little compartment area for you. And then you have your glove box. In here we have the Moroni stickers, what we call it. So it's the actual sticker from that comes in it when you buy it. And then you also have your all of your manuals as well. So the cool thing about it, and I don't know if Dave explained it to you or not, but so with this car, you do get 3 years, 36,000 miles roadside assistance with it. So with that includes tows, jump starts, tire changes if you run out of fuel, if you lock your car in there, or you lock your keys in here, if you need to be towed out of somewhere. It's all free and covered for 3 years or 36,000 miles. The number for that is right here in the manual. It's just something, a nice feature to have just in case. You don't want anybody walking on the side of the highway to go get gas when you could just give them a call. It's completely free and covered, so it's always a good thing to have. Now, outside of the car, when your top is completely fully down, it looks really good as well. But to open the trunk area, you just press on the top of the Volkswagen and you pull up. Inside of here, it's kind of hard to see this area right here. Your camera will actually pop out of that when you put it in reverse and come out, so there is a rear view camera, but it's covered so that when it rains or anything like that happens, that your camera stays dry and it doesn't get obstructed by weather. In your trunk area right here, so there's an entire leather cover right here inside of the trunk. Your subwoofer is back here as well, and then you can also fold the seats down by pulling on one of these levers, and then you have an easy access way to get out of it. The leather cover that's back there connects right here, and it covers up this the top. Some people like the top down look. Some people like to put the leather cover over it because they think it looks better and it matches the seat, so it really comes together nicely. The last thing I want to talk about, just to make sure we get all your information, is for the gas tank. It is on the right side for your safeties. All you have to do is press it and it opens. It's easier to do that way instead of having to go back inside and pull a lever. But once you get the gas cap out, there's a little spot for it right here that it just slides in and it stays there for you. So even if you do end up breaking this, because I always break them, it allows you to keep it in there so that you don't lose it. And then to close it's the same thing. You just press it and push it. Now if the vehicle is locked, not only will the doors be locked, but the gas tank also locks. I know gas prices aren't that expensive now, but if they ever go back up, you don't have to worry about people stealing their gas. Other than that, I'm gonna send some cards with you when Bill comes and delivers it. We just wanted to make sure and give you a quick walk around of some of the features of the car so that you have them. They're really not that complicated, but it's very important to us that we give you all of the information that we can to make sure you understand as much about the car, because we're not there to help and show you. But what we're gonna do is include my number on everything, so that if any questions do come up, you can give me a call. Don't hesitate to give us a call. That's what we're here for. We know these cars inside and out. We've been doing this forever. So I would be more than happy to explain all the features over the phone. We can video chat, whatever the case is, whatever we have to do to help make your experience a lot better with Volkswagen. If anything comes up, please don't hesitate to give me a call, like I said. And then we hope you love the car and look forward to hearing from you.